Hi, I'm Heather with Goin Batty, and today I'm going to show you how I do my planning for homeschool with 4 children, with 2 computers, and an online curriculum. So let me show you how we do that. All right, I'm ready to get started. So I have my computer here. This is all the stuff that I'm going to need to do this. I have my computer. This is my planner and where I keep all of the printouts and everything that they need. I have a 3-hole punch, and then I have my nail polish remover and cotton balls because I use page protectors in my planner so I don't have to keep reprinting the same page off again and again. All right, so this is the curriculum that we use. It's called Easy Peasy All-in-One Homeschool. It is a free online curriculum that we actually really like. We kind of came to this because we started homeschooling, and we started homeschooling without a plan. Things had gone horribly wrong with the public school that we were at, and we pulled our kids and we weren't planning on homeschooling. And so somebody suggested this curriculum to us, and we actually really like it because it covers all of the bases that we need. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go up here, and if you can see, I'm clicking on levels. And I'm going to be starting with my oldest child. So she's 8th grade. And so we'll go down here to 8. We're on day 70 now. So I'm going to scroll all the way down to day 70. And so right here you can see it says day 70 up here in the corner. And you have your math, your foreign language, vocabulary, reading, writing. Go down a little more, and then you'll see here where it says click on what program year you are studying. So these program years, so you see year 1 through 4, that is your history, science, Bible, art, physical education, health, and youth. Subjects here, like if you're part of a co-op, you may not need these. You may only need like your reading, writing, math, vocabulary, stuff like that. That's why they separate it into two separate things, but we use all of it. You'll click here, like on foreign language. So anything highlighted in blue, and it will take you to the foreign language for that day. And you'll have to, again, scroll down to the day that you're on. You have Spanish, and you can pick what course you want to do. So you can do Spanish, you can do French. The good thing about their foreign language is that actually my 6th grader is starting with it, and they teach you the Spanish word, the French word, but then they teach you the root Latin word that both of them come from, and most English words come from too, which that I really like. You would click on, like say here, level 6 Spanish for your 6th grader, and you would do, for my 8th grader, I would do level 1. It has all the notes of everything, like the course description, all that kind of stuff. And then it starts with like the day 1. And then anytime you see blue, those are the things that you need to click on. Like these will be either printouts or other websites that you're going to learn something. So here it's a grading sheet. So you would print those out, and you would keep them in either in your child's notebook or your notebook so that you know what their grades are. We're gonna go back and close these out. So I'm going to click on the math just to show you what it is. And she would be on step 3, which is the pre-algebra. If you see that right here, pre-algebra. So you can click on that. It'll take you to pre-algebra. And the good thing about this curriculum too is that even these, the days are labeled. So you know which day goes with what day that you're working on. It says review order of operations, answer the questions. And then, so you would do that. And then there's a game here that you would play. And this is great because what they have done is they've taken out all of the search work for you. A lot of homeschool moms will piece together stuff. And there's a lot of information that you can find on the internet. But not all websites are safe, and not all websites are what you want. And here, they've kind of done all of that work for you. We're going to go back, and we're going to close this out. Here's another one. So for reading, Katie is reading Pilgrim's Progress right now. And so you can click on that, and it will take you to the written book here. There's the written book. But the other thing that you can do, because we have found that with our kids, the more senses that they use, the better it is. So you can click on this and have the written book, and then click on this here, and it will play the book as they read along with it, which especially for my boys, works really well for them, because the more senses that they can use in their learning, the more they remember things. And then you have your writing here, and it'll tell you what to do. Continue your research work, work for at least 20 minutes, look for specific examples to support your thesis, look for quotes that would support your thesis. So she has to write a research paper actually on a book that she's already read, and she's chosen Pride and Prejudice. So she found all of her resources last week, and so she'll be working on this week. Now, if you go down here, we are on year 3. And usually with this one, what it'll do is most of the time, it'll take you right to the day that you're supposed to be on when you click on it. So see, there's day 70 there. So this right here is their Bible. And so there's something here, and you would click on that. And it says, click on today's featured country on the Operations of the World site, or choose from the map and read about the country and use it as a prayer guide. So this is really great because it gives you the Bible that you want to use. Now, we've chosen to do something different, and we are actually doing a biblical timeline so that my kids understand how the Bible works and what order it goes in. So we've chosen not to do this year, but this is actually good stuff. And here's the other thing. If you are not a religious person, you don't have to do this. I will tell you that this is a faith-based curriculum, so you will find parts of the Bible and a lot of other things too. So in your history, your science, your English, things like that. There's a little asterisk here with the history. That means that you have a printout for that day. What you do is it says print out the map, use this map making tool. Shows you the map here that you're going to print out. So we'll click on that. And so here's your map that you'll print out. And the good thing here is that Katie, Max, and Jack all have the same history and science when it comes to this curriculum. So there's the map that you'd print out. And so I would just print out 3 of those, close that out, and then you would go to map making tools, and it will show you and explain to you what you need to do. Here is all that they need in order to fill in the map that they have. So they're going to be filling in, it looks like, all of the countries. We'll go back, and what it does is it gives you all of the directions that they need. And that's something that I have to reinforce to my kids all the time is read all of your directions. Don't skim over it. You have to read it all. If your child is younger and they're still working on their reading, you will have to read it to them. We'll move down here to science. So they are working on the forecast charts. So they have these weather charts, and I'll click on it. See. Well, actually, this is here. They can go here and they can type in the town that they live in, and it'll tell them what their weather is. But they have these weather charts that they actually I printed out from last week, and I'll show you what they look like. This is Jack's, and this is his weather chart. So he has to write the day, the temperature, the condition, the wind, the humidity, the dew point, and the barometric pressure. And it's a little hard to see because he wrote it in pencil. But that he'll do this for the next several days. You can go to the website that they gave there and go ahead and fill that in. PE and health. So it says jump to 2 minutes and 55 seconds and do the workout with your kid. You can click on that, and it's a YouTube video. Like if they play soccer or basketball or football or lacrosse or whatever, that can count as PE. If they are in the church band, that can count as music. If they take guitar lessons, that counts as music. If your kids are doing stuff like that, then you don't necessarily have to do this. Now you can, which is great, and we do, but it's not a necessity. That's kind of how this curriculum works. And now I'm going to show you how I plan each day. Next step is I have my fine tip Sharpie here. And what I'll do is, this is Katie's, and we're going to be day 70, 80, 71, 71, 72. And then I'll flip it over, and on the other side is the rest of it. But I'll just show you how I do one day. On day 70, she has a math test. And so the last 2 days she's been reviewing. What I do is I write the subject and then just a little description of what she's going to be doing for that subject. The next one is her foreign language. Oops. Foreign language. And I abbreviate that just because sometimes I have a little more to write in that line. She is doing Italian because that's what she chose. And then she also has vocabulary that day. And I'll abbreviate that. And then she has a quiz. That tells me that I have to record something that day. And then usually what I'll do is a vocabulary, it's kind of language arts. Vocabulary, reading, writing sometimes can go on the same line. So we'll do reading. She's doing Pilgrim's Progress, and I'm going to abbreviate that. Pilgrim's Progress. And she's doing book 1, section 4. So that way I know exactly what she's reading. So I can ask her, are you reading book 1, section 4? Then she has writing. I'll put on here research paper. That way I know that she's supposed to be working on that. And then that she's done with her main subjects. That's what we call in our house, we call those our main subjects. And then the history, science, all that stuff, that's kind of the secondary subjects. So we'll do Bible, and we are working on the timeline, and we're doing the book of Mark. And then for history, we're going to be doing map making. And to identify that they have a printout for that, I always put a little asterisk by it. So that way I know that they have a sheet that needs to be printed out. And there's science, weather worksheet. And I write worksheet there because I already have that worksheet printed out. So this reminds me that I have to print something. This tells me, and I'll usually underline that they already have one that's printed out that they're working on for multiple days. So down here, I'll just put PE. What I'll do is I'll just go through and I'll do every day like this, and I'll do it for every kid. Now here's how I make this curriculum work for us. We just recently got a third computer given to us, and it's more of a word processor. It doesn't do video really well, but it'll work in a pinch. But if usually my 2 younger ones have they'll have more worksheets. And so if Katie and Max are on the computer doing, like, say, their math or foreign language and they're reading, the 2 younger ones, they may have 1 or 2 worksheets. So I have them do the worksheet first, and then we'll switch off, and then we'll give the older kids a little bit of a break, and they can move to, if they have worksheets or if they have some other things that they need to do, they can do that. But that is how I plan our day. And like I said, if you're doing this curriculum and you have, only, like, say, like I said, we have 4 kids and we had 2 computers. We just got a third one. Then have them, if they're doing their computer work, have the other kids do the worksheets and paperwork. So that's how you can kind of space it out so everyone's not right on top of each other. What I wanted to show you is behind these pages with the page protectors, this is where I keep all of their printouts. Each of them have their own section, and I keep them, like, all their printouts right behind the schedule for their day. All right, so I hope that was helpful for you. This is what works for us. It may not work for you. Every family is different. Every child is different. If you are new to homeschooling and you don't know where to start, look over this, give it a try. If you are in a place where financially you can't afford to drop, $500 to $1,000 on a child for curriculum, check this out. I hope you like and subscribe. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. I will answer them to the best of my ability. Make sure to check us out on Facebook at Goin Batty. And I believe that's it. More updates as we go. Bye.